Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking at geometry, and we are going to check out how to find the surface area of cylinders. We're going to start off with the idea of circles and then expand to how that relates to cylinders. All throughout this, we are going to estimate pi to be 3.14. So let's move on. All right, a circle. We know that there is one identifying mark about a circle, and that is the radius. If you are given the diameter ever, you take diameter divided by 2, and that will give you the radius. But let's take a look at what area of a circle would be. Area of a circle that we've been taught prior to 7th grade has been pi times radius, or some people shorten up to pi r squared. And if you know about exponents, that simply means radius times radius, twice, doing that twice. So in our calculators, we will type in 3.14 times 5 times 5, and that will give us 78.5, and that will be inches squared. Now, when we look at circumference, that is talking about the distance around the circle, So for circumference, that is pi times diameter, or that would be 2 times pi times radius. So twice the radius times pi, same thing. So in our calculators, we will type in 2 times 3.14 times 5. And that will give us 31.4. And that's just inches. It's not area. It's not squared. All right, so how does this relate to the surface area of a cylinder? Well, to find out the surface area of any prism, any given shape, what you want to do is you want to find each of the surfaces' surface area and then add them up. So seeing as we have two circles in a cylinder, which would look like this, you are going to have to find the area of a circle, which is right back up here. And what you're going to do is you are going to take 2 times pi times r times radius. And you're going to do that, and I want to circle that twice because there are two circles. And then you are going to add this. This, when you unroll it, when you look at it from a net perspective, that's a rectangle. Now, to find that rectangle's length and width, you have to find, using circumference, you have to find 2 times pi times r. That will give you one of the lengths. And then you multiply that times the height of the cylinder. Now, if you can notice, these two look extremely similar. This formula for the two circles and this formula for the rectangle look extremely similar except for this part right back here. So let's actually apply this formula to a cylinder. Here are our numbers. Again, the formula is 2 times pi times r, radius times radius, plus 2 times pi times radius times height. Essentially, area of a circle times 2, circumference times height. So in our calculators, we will type in 2 times 3.14 times 5 times 5. And then we will add that to 2 times 3.14 times 5 times 7. And I'm going to add those in blue. So here are my answers when I plug that into my calculator. I have 157 inches squared for the two circles. And for the rectangle wrapping around, is 219.8 inches squared. Adding those up would be 376.8 inches squared. And that was all from solving these two formulas. So, applying what you just learned, what I want you to do is move on to the next slide and show that as evidence for when you get back to school. At this point, you should pause the video and you should work on this problem, showing me the evidence when you get back to school. Have a great night.